Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and this is the message that the Lord God hath given unto me to give unto you. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. Man, it's a lot going on. A lot is going on, and time is winding up, is wrapping up pretty fast. The Lord God, of course, you know I have two dreams that the Lord God hath given unto me to give unto you. Man, um, when you Lord God said, not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, say Lord of hosts. That's the signal what Lord God gave to Zerubbabel to let him know of the final day, of the consummation of when Israel should get back together and become a nation again, become at one. And then, he said, before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, I'm going to send Elijah to you. So not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, say Lord, that found in Zechariah chapter 4, verse 6. Then I want to send Elijah to before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. That's found in Malachi chapter 4 verses. I suggest you read chapter 4 verses 4 through 6. Then also, wait a minute, got one more out there. You have a lot of prophecy out there, but I'm trying to give you the final day because this where you at, man. Man, what the Lord God showed me. Don't get to it. In Malachi chapter 3, verse 1, he said, behold, I will send my messenger. He shall prepare the way before me. And the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come in his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, say the Lord of hosts. And so all those things, all those prophecies are being fulfilled, or have been fulfilled. So those things have been fulfilled. So now let's get to the dreams. Oh, first of all, I say Ecclesiastes, but it's supposed to be Ecclesiasticus. Forgive me for that. Then I also know, man, y'all have it. Yeah, y'all got it now. Y'all got all those books that you can download on the app. You got the book of Enoch, Jubilee, Hasher, then the Apocrypha. You can download all those books off the app. And you have all those, especially you can read those other books on YouTube. You can listen to all those other books on YouTube, man. So you should have now, you should be getting into the knowledge of God, because that's what God wants you to have, his knowledge. Jesus said, when y'all shake off that intoxication, that's what he said, when you shake off, you're going to become thirsty again for the knowledge of God. So that's what Jesus did. He said all that, going hooping and hollering, those church houses and synagogues, sanctuary, high places, temples, and all that. Got rid of that. Now, want you to seek out the knowledge of God. That's what he wants you to do, okay? So just give me time. Give me time, give me time, give me time. All right. Time is running out, though. Man, I'm just trying to give you as much as I can while I can. And as the Lord God is giving it unto me, I'm trying my best to make sure that you have it. So there shouldn't be no excuses. Oh, there shouldn't be no excuses. All right. Because, yeah, they got a lot going on, man. These people here, these people here teaching God's children wrong. They've been teaching us wrong for years and years and years and years. The way they keep us in this captivity, keep us suppressed. But no longer, that's over with. Yeah, that's what you know. I can say it in many ways, but um, Dr. King. Dr. King said this way, truth pressed to the ground shall rise again. Now that's probably written somewhere else, but I'm reciting as he said there. Of course, he said the arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice. So all those things are truth. Okay, so of course now the false prophets are being exposed, because when I went to the book of in the book of Enoch, it tells you that they had 70 prophets. And also it tells you about how the 70, this one man wrote down all the, all what the 70 prophets had done. I say prophets, the 70 shepherds had done, and how they had destroyed and killed more than what they were supposed to destroy and kill. And so the books were sealed and brought before before the Lord of hosts, the Lord of spirits. And so when they did that, so you know what that mean? Huh? There's a reason to pray for everything under the sun. So when he told you about that, the books are sealed, and he bought it before, and where those books are at, go to the book of Revelation. So those are the books that the Lord God is talking about. Yeah. Well, John, anyway, John the Revelator is talking about how those books were sealed and bought to the Lord of the sheep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see, we're going to, I'm just a little synopsis. I'm going to, I guess this 88, huh? 8 and 9, chapter 8 and 9, the book of Enoch by Richard Lawrence. And we're going to verse 33. And he spoke to the man who wrote in the present, who was one of the 7 white ones, saying, take those 70 shepherds who have delivered up to the sheep, who receive and kill more than them that I have commanded. And behold, I saw them all bound, standing before him. First came on the trial of the stars. First came the trial of the stars. So that's the fallen angels. So when it says stars, you know that's the fallen angels, fallen watchers, which being judged found guilty and went to the place of punishment, then thrust them into the place deep and full of flaming fire, hell, and full of pillars of fire. And the 70 shepherds was judged, being found guilty, was thrust into the flaming abyss. So that's the same thing. But I thought that was right there where he said that he took the book and presented before him. Let me see. I might have to go a little bit. Might have to go forward a little bit back into it. And thought that was safe. Because that's what he said. He took the books that were sealed and bought before them. I mean, you know how I say it. You see, this is 88. This is 88, verse 118. Then he wrote the book and ascended and severed it and read it at the residence of the Lord of the sheep. He petitioned him for them and prayed, pointing out the acts of the shepherds and testified before him against them. Then taking the book, he deposited it with him and departed. So that's the book, one of the books of the 7 seals. So when you read that, that's what he tell you. And you go 107 saying, in like manner also, so all these are the books of the 7 seals. Like manner also I saw in the vision him who wrote, how he wrote down one destroyed by the shepherds every day. He ascended and remained and exhibit each of his books to the Lord of the sheep, containing all which they have done, and all which each of them had made away with. So that's another thing talking about how he brought it up to him. But Paul would have just go out and say that it was sealed. He brought them up to him and it was sealed. But I haven't went over that with y'all also. But the reason why I'm bringing that up to you because that's the time you're in time of the tribulation of the false prophets. So after this tribulation come what? Tribulation of darkness, the great tribulation. Oh man, that was coming up. All right, so I was on there. I listened to T.D. Jakes, Joyce Meyer too, and now she on the four-way on the I guess I don't know how conference call, four-way video call, four-way video call, and I told you that was coming up. Yeah, one of my dreams I told you that about how I saw this person on a four-way video call. Yeah, that's one of my old dreams, man. I told you about that. Now that didn't came to pass. But anyway, so she up there and she talking about the man that have in this talking about the poor communities. And what is Israel communities? You know, the poor community. When they talk about poor community, they talk about Israel and how they're giving away food. But the same way they're giving away food, that's the same way they get you go down to the church out and they're gonna tell you, come on and get what they call that tested. Come on and get tested. And if you and take this vaccine, and just like that, you're never gonna be the same. The Lord God said once you take that blood vaccine, He don't have nothing to do with you. All right? Okay, once you take that vaccine, that's the mark, part of the mark anyway. So once you take that, you're gonna become a zombie. I had read to that in a dream. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a trick and a farce. And you just go ahead on and take that vaccine. Who you supposed to be afraid of? Supposed to be afraid of the Lord God who can destroy both what? Body and soul. All right, all I can do is just tell it to you. All right, so let's get it. So now she over there and she get on the phone because she begging for money. That's what she really is doing, begging for money. And she talking about, oh, my parishioners, some I didn't even have to ask, they just gave it to me because they know that they know the situation was going on and it just gave me the money. That's what she says. All right. Got all that demon makeup and all that demon stuff on. When she take that stuff off, well, she gonna take it off. Watch, and you're gonna see how old and deceitful she has been. Watch, keep watching. Lord God says, I'm gonna strip them. Not just her, I'm gonna strip them all. Yeah, I'm gonna strip them naked. I didn't read that to you. We're going a little bit, probably get some more of that today. But anyway, so after she finished, click over to channel 9. I'm looking at T.D. Jakes. Regular preacher, same old thing, regurgitating the same old thing, getting you out there, riling you up and run behind monies and things like that so you can bring your tithes and offerings into his house, not into God's storehouse, because God's storehouse don't need monies. God's storehouse, he wants you to have your sacrifices, your prayers, and those things that you have said that you was going to do and give it unto him. Yeah, that's what Lord God said, your offerings, different nature of that, spiritual things. Because God is spirit. Those who worship God worship him what? In spirit and in truth. Okay, so after that, so I go to him, then I know what's coming on because I seen it the other day. Yeah, he's talking about the coronavirus. Now the coronavirus, and this ain't the time, so you got to get your prayer oil. Yeah, we say, come and get your anointing oil and put the anointing oil, anoint your house, and send for this anointing oil. Begging for money. That's what he's doing. Yeah, because them people had high overhead and they was making millions plus Sunday. Might have been more than that. I don't know. I'm not the bookkeeper, nothing, but yeah. And so, but all that's not the law of God now. I'm going to prove that to you right now. Yeah, Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus. So you go ahead and download this on one of them apps, Ecclesiasticus. And we're going to chapter 11. In chapter 11, we're going to verse 19. Chapter 11, verse 19. You see, whereas he said, I have found rest, and now will eat continually. Maybe I might start at, let's see. We'll start at verse 17. Ecclesiastes, well, let's start at verse 16. Let's be for sure. He said, the error and the darkness of their beginning, together with the sinners, evil shall wax old with them that glory therein. The gift of the Lord remaineth with the godly, and the favor bringeth prosperity forever. There is that wax rich by his, weariness. They say, there is that waxes rich by his wareness, and pension, and this is the portion of his reward. Yeah, see, there he waxed rich by his wareness, and pension, this is the portion of his reward. Then let's go ahead now, get into the jakes now. Whereas he said, I have found rest, and now I will eat continually of my goods, and yet he knoweth not what time shall come upon him, and that he must leave those things and to others and die. I'm reading it again to you. See, whereas he said, I have found rest, Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 19. Now, don't ask again. I already told you. I say, whereas he said, I have found rest, and now will eat continually of my goods, and yet he knoweth not what time shall come upon him, and that he must leave those things to others and die. All that stuff you accumulate over the years, Joel Osteen, the Haggis, Clifford Dow, what the other man? Yeah. Dr. Stanley, Dr. Cox, Kenneth Cox, I don't care what you call yourself. It's still the same thing. You're part of that 70. Yeah, and God gonna judge you. That's why God told the rich don't lose all that you have. Go give that away. Give it away. Everything that you have accumulated by all those means, you know how you got it. Give all that away. Give it all away. Now, but you're not gonna do that. No. No, you're not. You're not gonna do it. You got so much of it. God gonna take it for you anyway. That's how you think. Yeah. He said, verse 20. Be steadfast in thy covenant, and be confident therein, and wax old in thy work. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord, and abide in thy labor. For it is easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich. The blessings of the Lord is the reward of the godly, and suddenly he maketh his blessing to flourish. I'm reading that for a reason. Say not what proof is there of my service, and what good things shall I have hereafter. After say not I have enough and possess many things, and what evil can come to me hereafter. In a day of prosperity there is a forgetfulness of affliction. In a day of affliction there is no more remembrance of prosperity. So the flourishing. So that's what he giving it to me now. He said, flourish. And he said, the blessing of the Lord is the reward of the godly. And suddenly he maketh his blessing to flourish. All right, so got that, getting that. So there's all these people are beggars, man, and come out of those church house, synagogue, sanctuary, high places, temple, and that. Just come out of them. Yeah, you don't need that to serve God. That was a trap. That was a trap. It was an entrapment. Okay, let's go to the dreams. I gotta get the dreams. I was trying to go to Book of Enoch without getting to the dreams. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Excuse me. Forgive me. Because all right, here we go. Said okay, in his dream that said, I knew me from that first time. They knew me from the first time. The first time I wanted them, I went into the store. I went into the store to purchase earrings. The price was $60,000. I asked the young lady at the counter. She instruct the young, yeah, she instruct the young lady and told her that I was looking for, but the young lady who she sent to help me thought she would say $60. I looked for them special. They were small hoops. I looked for them special. They were small hoops. We were at the carousel looking for them. Next, I'm in this house that is being demolished, me and a friend looking for or waiting on someone to come. They had these small starters earrings with a diamond at the end. My friend picked them up at first and I told him no, I knew them. They were mine. They were mine. We was waiting for this man to whom we respected, his brother, the man whom I was with. The man came in the deteriorated house. I went upstairs and to avoid him and was looking for his brother. I went upstairs. They had this woman cleaning up the house downstairs where the house had deteriorated. I looked down. I couldn't see her face, but I could see her cleaning up and hear it also. The next scene, I was outside looking at the brother coming to the house. All right. So in this scene, how you going I said it was no jewelry store. It was more than just a jewelry store. But anyway, so I go in the store and they have a woman sitting at the counter. And the woman sitting at the counter, she had knew me from before. And I had knew her from, they have dreams. And then sometimes in the dream, you remember that you had dreamed about this before. So it was one of those type of dreams. So she knew me the first time I wanted them. So I went into the store to purchase the earring. The price was $60,000. That's what the price was. So I asked the young lady at the counter. She instructed this other young lady, one salesperson, and told her that I was looking for this earrings. But the young lady who she sent to help me thought I said $60. And the woman that was at the counter knew that it was $60, 60,000, but she didn't say that. So I go with the woman and we go to the carousel. You know how you have a carousel with the earrings and things on it, but this one's a little larger. And she turning it around, and so I see the earrings. They're round, just a regular round hoop earring, but they're small. They're not the large ones, the kind that you put on a child. That's tiny. Or the kind they put in their nose, which they aren't supposed to be doing, but they do it. And so, yeah, so that's what she said. But the woman that was with, she didn't know. She didn't know that I was looking for a pair that cost $60. And so she thought it was $60 that I was looking for. They were special. They were, special. They were small ones. All right, we was at the carousel looking for them. Next scene, after that, the next scene, after got the hoop earrings, the next scene, very next scene. Now I'm in this house, and this house is deteriorated. It's not on fire, nothing like that. It just deteriorated and went down. No keep up or nothing like that, so it went down. So, but I'm in there with a friend of mine. But the friend that I'm in with, he had passed. He stayed. Him and his brother are dead. Both of them dead, but I'm just telling you in the dream, how it was in the dream. So, so I'm in a house that is being demolished. Me and a friend, waiting for someone to come. And they had these starter pair of earrings with a diamond at the end. So when I say starter pair, it's like a little small gold ball with a diamond stud at the end. Very small. It's very small. And how I know it's a starter because I had daughters, and when they got their ears pierced, they just take this little gold ball and they have a diamond in it, and they stick in the ear so they won't close up. And so it was a pair like that. So me and him, we was waiting on his brother to come. They had these small starter earrings, diamonds at the end, starter earring. My friend picked them up at first, and I told him no, because when we was in the house, the earring was laying down like on a shelf. But the shelf it wasn't a high up shelf. It was just like a shelf, no more than 36 inches tall, no more than that. And the color of the building, it had no color, just regular brown type. Can't say brown, but wood color in the building. It had no vibrant colors. The only thing vibrant was the gold earrings, the gold bar, and the diamond. So those are the only things that really stood out in dream or vision, whatever. So as he reached down to pick them up, I said, "Oh no!" I said, "No, those are mine." I said, "I knew them." I said, "Yeah." First, I told him, "No, I know them. They were mine." So I picked them up, got them from out of his hand. So we were waiting for this man to come, his brother, who we both respected. So I was with I was with him. The man came in a deteriorated house. I went upstairs to avoid him and looking for his brother. So next scene, after I get the earring, very next scene, we know that his brother is coming, that he's waiting on his brother to come. But I don't want to be in the house when his brother comes. So I'm standing upstairs. I went upstairs to avoid his brother from coming in from downstairs. So as I'm upstairs, I can hear whoever was downstairs, a woman downstairs, cleaning up and sweeping and cleaning up. And I can hear downstairs that what she was doing. And so they was waiting for the brother. So she was cleaning up downstairs. So the very next scene, after I hear and see her cleaning up and everything downstairs, very next scene, I'm outside. I'm standing outside and I'm watching the brother come up the street to the house. And then I woke up from that dream. Okay. Now, you're in the spirit world. So now I'm in the spirit world. So as soon as I shut my eyes, I see this vision of a family dollar I see this vision of a family down. Now they have this black wrought iron fence. I can't say wrought iron, but you know the new black fences that they of iron that they put around. So it's one of those type fence. And as soon as I shut my eyes, I see this Family Dollar strip mall like, because they have other places in there besides Family Dollar. And they have either written in Russian or Greek sign on the fence in big red bold letter. I can't read Russian. I mean, I didn't ask the Lord God to explain it to me or nothing like that. I'm just telling what I seen. So I know those type of things come to pass. So it was like that. It looked like big bold red letters. I don't know it was Russian letters or Greek letters, but that's how it was. Okay, so next scene, the next dream I had it this morning. So I was in the bed right after I hit the snooze button on the alarm, you know. And as soon as I hit the snooze button, so I fall back to sleep. As soon as I fall back to sleep, I'm in the spirit world. So I was in the bed, the alarm went off. I got up to pray. Me and a child. They had a plant growing in the doorway. We held hands and prayed, me and the two children. I went into the bedroom. The light wasn't on. The young girl wanted it on the switch, but it wouldn't work. So I tried next. I tried the switch next, seeing that it didn't work. So I turned the bulb itself. The light came on. Wasn't the first time I had to turn the bulb for the light to come on. So in this dream, in my bed, in the bed, and the alarm goes off. So when the alarm goes off, I get up to pray. But when I get up to pray, there's two children with me. There are two children. I mean, one boy and one girl. And so as I have the girl hand getting ready for the kneel and pray, the boy comes into the doorway. So when he comes in the doorway, so they have a farrow. You know how you make a farrow for the plant. So in the middle of they have the farrow. In the middle center of the doorway, they have this plant. Yeah, it's plant. It's flourishing. I mean, it is flourishing. I mean, it's green and it's flourishing. It's real thick and it's flourishing. It's about it's getting high. It's getting high. It's at least 2 feet high. And man, it just ooh, that thing was flourishing. Yeah. Oh yeah. So after that scene, I guess him. Uh, After that scene, I just take his hand, all three of us pray. Then the very next scene, after I take his hand and start praying, the very next scene, now we go to the bathroom. So when we go to the bathroom, the little girl, she goes in there first. And so as she goes in there first, and the light, now she hit the light switch, it won't come on. So she go in there, even it's dark, she go in there, she want to wash her hand things, even while it's dark. So next thing, I go over there and I hit the light switch and I say, oh no, I said, this have happened to me before in the dreams, just like that. I said, this have happened to me before. Now I know I'm dreaming and stuff like that. I say, this happened before in the dream. So I go over there, now I take the light bulb and I just turn it. Just turn the light bulb on and just comes on, because the humming and all the humming and stuff that's going on, and just like right now, they have a lot of humming and stuff going on in the world, and the world is getting ready for that big shaking. So yeah, that big earthquake, and you can't feel it shaking, but it's shaking, man. I come in this house, and this house used to be level. Now, one part up, another part down, and keep going down, down there, and you can't feel it. But this world is shaking, hell yeah. And so I go there and it shook so that it made the light bulb turn off. So I go in there and I say, and I turn it on. And as I turn it on, I say, yeah, that's from all the vibration and the shaking. And that's from the world, yeah, that's what it's doing. And so I turn the light bulb on and I say, this wasn't the first time. I turn it on, then I leave. So when I turn the light bulb on and stuff like that, I get out. And so when I wake up, man, they got Jeremiah playing. Ooh, that Jeremiah was playing this morning. I had read these things before, but you know how you read something and then it doesn't all the way open up to you? And boy, this time it opened up to me. Oh, did it open up to me, yeah. But anyway, so let's start off and we're going to this book. The book of Enoch. We're going to the book of Enoch, chapter 91. This was written by Enoch, who wrote all these instructions of the wise for every man of dignity and every judge of the earth, for all my children who shall dwell on earth for subsequent generation, conducting themselves upright and peaceably. So that's the generation that's coming up now, because we are Israel. That's who he talked to. He talked to his people, the righteous people, Israel. That's who he talked to. Let not your spirit be grieved on account of the time, for the holy, the great one has prescribed a period to all. And so when you go read Jesus, when Jesus talk about when the disciples say, "What should be the signs of these times?" So that's what he's telling me. Telling the periods of times. Yeah, the tribulation that you are in now, the 70, where the false prophets, the seals, and all that gonna be presented. That's what time you're living in. Let the righteous man arise from slumber. Let him arise and proceed to the path of righteousness and all his paths, and let him advance in goodness and eternal clemency. Mercy should be shown to the righteous man. I read this already to you. Upon him should be conferred integrity, power forever. In goodness and righteousness shall he exist, and shall walk in the everlasting light. But sin shall perish in eternal darkness, nor be seen from that time forth. After this, Enoch began to speak from a book. See, this is another book. See, you can't see how small this book is. It's a small book. And inside this book, they got three other books, three smaller books than this. So you can't think that a book might be these books that Enoch presented. These books might not have been no more than say 5 or 6 chapters long, but it was a book. So yeah, all these have different books. And these books tell you about different times of the period and what's going to happen in all these books. So when Father Enoch tells you it's a book, it's a book. Don't look for a large book. Don't be looking for that stuff that they're doing nowadays. Don't look for that, man. Because these people had to write these books by hand. And yeah, they wrote it down by hand, and whatever they was using, they wasn't using no ink and pen and all like that. No, but they wrote them. Oh yeah, they wrote them. So look, it said, Enoch said, concerning the children of righteousness, concerning the elect of the world, and concerning the plant of righteousness and integrity. Concerning these things will I speak, and these things will I explain to you, my children. I, whom Enoch, in consequence of that which has been shown to me from my heavenly vision and from the voice of the holy angel have I required knowledge, and from the tablets of heaven have I required understanding. So you got to hear them voices. Enoch then began to speak from a book and said, I have been born the 7th in the 1st week, while judgment and righteousness wait with patience. But after me in the 2nd week, great wickedness shall arise, and fraud shall spring forth. And in the week of the end of the 1st shall take place, in which mankind shall be safe. But when the 1st is completed, iniquity shall grow up, and during the 2nd week it shall execute the decree upon sinners. Afterwards, the 3rd week, during its completion, a man of the plant of righteousness judgment should be selected, and after him the plant of righteousness should come forever. Give me a second, I have to calm down. Subsequently, in the 4th week, during its completion, the vision of the holy and righteous shall be seen. The order of generation after generation should take place. The habitation should be made for them. Then in the 5th week, during its completion, the house of glory and dominion shall be erected forever. After that, in the 6th week, all those who are in it shall be darkened. The hearts of all them shall be forgetful of wisdom, and it shall be a man arise and come forth. And it shall a man arise and come forth. And during its completion, he shall burn the house of dominion with fire, and all the race of the elect root shall be dispersed. Afterwards, in the 7th week, a perverse generation shall arise. Abundant shall it be its deeds, and all its deeds perverse. During its completion, the righteous shall be selected from the everlasting plant of righteousness, and to them shall be given the sevenfold doctrine of his whole creation. A sevenfold doctrine. Sevenfold doctrine. So you could either say a sevenfold prophecy, because you know that doctrine is prophecy. Go read it in In the Apocrypha, go read in the Apocrypha, it tells you that prophecy is doctrine. So it should be given a sevenfold doctrine of his whole creation. Afterward, there shall be another week, the eighth of righteousness, to which all is given a sword to execute judgment and justice upon all the oppressors. Sinners should be delivered up into the hands of the righteous, whom during its completion shall acquire a habitation by their righteousness, and the house of the great king should be established for a celebration forever. After this, in the ninth week, should the judgment of the righteous be revealed to the whole world. Every work of the ungodly should disappear from the whole earth. The world should be marked for destruction, and all men should be on the watch for the paths of integrity. So now you know, that's why you go this bit, when it said, Jesus said, when your eyes open, you see the world, you see a corpse. You have found a corpse. And that's what he's telling me right here now. The world is marked for destruction. I told you I've seen the destruction so many times. Oh yeah, I done seen that destruction. Man. That's what's going on now. You can't feel it rumbling. You can't feel, so I guess the seismologists or whoever taking this down, they can feel and know that the rumbling and shaking is taking place. That was that light. That was that light mean when that rumbling and shaking, and the light had been turned on. Oh man, and the righteous plant is flourishing. What Jesus told you about the fig tree? Come on, man. Yeah. Every work of the ungodly shall disappear from the whole earth, and the world should be marked for destruction. And all men should be on watch for the path of integrity. And every watchman out there tell you what's going on. Just listen to them. They tell you what's going on. And after this, on the seventh day of the 10th week, there shall be an everlasting judgment. The seventh day of the 10th week, there shall be an everlasting judgment which shall be executed upon the watchers in a spacious eternal heaven shall spring forth in the midst of the angel. And so on this right here, on this one verse, chapter 92, verse 16. Now, if you ain't gotta agree with me, but what's the name of that planet supposed to be coming? Yeah, man, that planet, man, that blue planet that I saw it. Yeah, planet. Yeah. I saw it. I told you I saw the two moons and the big purple ball. Yeah. It said, after this week, on the seventh day of the 10th week, there shall be an everlasting judgment which be executed upon the watchers in a spacious eternal heaven. A spacious eternal heaven shall spring forth in the midst of the angels. A spacious eternal heaven. And so when that planet supposed to come, it's supposed to block out everything and do everything. Yeah. I mean, all it can do is tell you. And the former heaven shall depart and pass away, and a new heaven shall appear, and all the celestial powers shall shine with sevenfold splendor forever. Afterward, likewise, shall there be many weeks which shall eternally exist in the goodness and the righteousness. Neither shall the sin be named there forever and forever. Who is there of the children of men capable of hearing the voice of the Holy One without emotions? Yeah. Who is there capable of thinking his thoughts? Who is capable of contemplating all the workmanship of heaven? Who of comprehending the deeds of heaven? He may behold its animation, but not its spirit. He may be capable of conversing respecting it, but not of ascending to it. He may see all the boundaries of these things and meditate upon them, but he can make nothing like them. Okay? And that's the even wicked one. He can do all those things, but he can't create life. He can't. He can take it. Oh yeah, he can imitate and do a lot of stuff. But he can't do the thing what Lord God said. And I told you, I said, I behold this animation. I told you, I looked in the sky and seen those that spaceship, and that spaceship, the thing looked like it was animated. Yeah, and someone hit that space and somebody threw a wrench, They like they call a monkey wrench. They had took them through that pipe wrench, that monkey wrench, and hit that spaceship, and boy, them little creatures came out in that paint and said, "Oh, y'all have provoked me now. Yeah, y'all have provoked us." And so that thing started spinning. You know? I mean, I just tell you, as the law of all has been given it unto me. Who of all men is able to understand the breadth and the length of the earth? That's another thing. Yeah, the Lord God has given me the breadth and the length of the earth. He has done that. Yes, yes, I know how large the earth is. I had my holy angel one night. Like I told you this. I'm stop and tell you this again. My time is up already, so you know this is gonna be a long video. So when yeah, I was deep into the covenant, man. I was in the commandments, keeping the covenant, and the Lord God has started to show me the diet what He had for us, you know, and different herbs to heal me, man. I had all that stuff you went through, and I was telling somebody that yesterday. I had high blood pressure. I had type 2 diabetes. I had type 4 kidney failure. I had blurred vision. You know, I was wearing bifocals. I had all those inflammation in the joints, everything, man. I had everything Lord God said in Deuteronomy chapter 20. I had all those curses and how they gonna plague you till die. Go to Malachi chapter 4, verse 4. Yeah, and all those things on Horeb. Yeah, I had all those things. So when I got back in the mind forever covenant, keeping God's commandments and everything, and the more He tried me, the more I stayed in that, and I wouldn't turn right or left from it, just like He said, and I kept with it. And no matter what somebody called, say, or do, or no matter what Satan presented for me for to break the covenant or break the commandment, didn't do it. So one night I was lying down in the bed. That holy angel, man, she was beautiful too, man. Always, but she wasn't like in a flesh form. She was in a heavenly form. She was in a heavenly form, and she kneeled on her side. So when she kneeled on her side, and I know I had been bitten by a brown recluse, one of those spiders they said do out there. And there I was bitten by. I've been bitten a few times by them, but after the first time. Second time I got bit by him, I went to the doctor. I went to the doctor. It's if you want to check up on it, it's in Baptist hospitals. It's optional Baptist. It's on in New Orleans on Napoleon, and I forgot the side street it's on, but it's on Napoleon Avenue. And yeah, they have it down. It's down. It's documented. And I was bitten by. I took him because when I took off my shirt and I shook my shirt and I seen him, and when I seen him run, I just took a little jar and put him inside the jar in the box. So when I went to the doctor, I would bring it to him. Man, that thing swelled up so fast on my back and a little knot. But I'm talking about the first time it had happened, and it was in a spot. They bite you in a spot that you can't touch it with your hand. No, you might be trying to touch it, but you're not gonna touch it. And it was huge. It was a huge burrow. And but I had burrows before, so I just didn't know that it was a spider bite, but it was. And and so she came and kneeled on the side of the bed, and she took her hand the first time and rubbed, and then I was wounded, and so she healed my wounds, just like He said He was gonna do. So she healed my wounds, and then after she healed my wounds, man, yeah, she healed my wounds. Then after she healed my wounds, she rubbed me again, boy. She rubbed my soul and my spirit. Boy, I felt that. Woo, that felt so good. Man, when she rubbed my soul and spirit and healed my soul and spirit, yeah, that's what she did. Soothed it and healed it, man. That was so, right now today I could feel it. Yeah, so after she did that, and then she gave me the dimensions of the earth. That's what she did. Then after she gave me the dimensions of the earth, um, yeah, after she gave me the dimension of the earth, she said, I'll be back. And she's been back ever since. I mean, I don't see her like I saw her that time, but I hear her voice and I know it's her because she's a ministered angel. Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's how I know that's true, man. I tell you, man, get back in the bonds forever covenant and and get back in that. It's a spirit world. So when you're doing that, it's spirit. Yeah, those who worship God worship in spirit and truth. And that spirit come way from our father Adam. And all the way up to now. They have kept the covenant. They went through it. If you go read over our testimony, now, yeah, go read over our testimony and see everywhere where we have repented. All of our fathers had got into some situation, but they repented. And then when they repented, they went back in the bonds forever covenant, keep all God's commandments. Right? All our fathers did it. Yeah, all of our fathers did it. Even right now today, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. Just like T.D. Jake telling you, go get the oil and anoint yourself and all that, but that's foolishness. Keep on telling I'm going to do it, but man, I can't help it. That is foolishness. When the Lord God told you to put on sackcloth and ashes and mourn and repent, and my time is up. Mourn and repent, and on the third day, he said, mourn and repent 2 days, and on the third day I'm going to rise up. That's in the book of Hosea. And so you still in the 2 days. You're still in the 2 years. But after the third year, he coming back. And then he gonna raise and take Israel out. Yeah, because that's a covenant that he had made. That's forever covenant. He can't break that covenant after 400 years. He come and take us out of this captivity, just like he came and took us out of Egypt, the iron forest, the first time. With an outstretched arm, with a powerful hand and outstretched arm. That's how he come and get us now. And when he come and get us, what I just been reading to our Father Dan said, when he come and get us, the day he take us out, then what's happening? The day we become a nation, get our sovereignty back, he's taking us out of here and he's destroying the world at the same time. Oh yeah, he can do it. Why? Because he's God and not man. All right. So anyway, yeah. So that's where it was at. I was at. After this, on the 7th day of the 10th week, there shall be an everlasting judgment which shall execute upon the watchers, and a spatial and eternal heaven shall spring forth in the midst of the angels. And the former heaven shall depart and pass away, a new heaven shall appear, and the celestial power shall shine with sevenfold splendor forever. Afterwards, likewise, there shall be many weeks with such eternal existence, God, goodness, and righteousness. So when he tell that in all the celestial power shall shine sevenfold, and then he said the heavens should disappear. So when that's what they tell you. When that star, planet, heaven come in, everything disappears. That's what it says. I mean, so I went looking for it. I went there. They talking about that planet, Nabu or whatever it says coming there. So I went looking for it. And so when I looked for it, I went where? To the book of Enoch. Any prophecy, anything somebody say, even the prophecy of me. Go look for it in the book of Enoch. I am there. Oh, yes, I am there. And also the planet is there. The new heaven and new earth. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Start getting knowledge. All right, anyway. Neither shall sin be named there forever and forever. Who is there of the children of men capable of hearing the voice of the Holy One without emotion? Who is there capable of thinking his thoughts? Who is capable of contemplating all the workmanship of heaven? Who is comprehending the deeds of heaven? How he may behold the animation, but not its spirit. He may be capable of conversing respecting it, but not ascending to it. He may see all the boundaries of these things, meditate upon them, but can make nothing like them. Can't do it. Who of all men able to understand the breadth and the length of the earth? That's where it was at, and I told you about that. By whom have been seen the dimensions of all things. The dimensions of all things. I mean, I've been through so many, let me continue. Is it every man who is capable of comprehending the extent of heaven, what is the elevation is, and by what is it supported? Now, all those things are written down. If you study all those things, and when you get back to the Bible forever coming, God revealed this like he revealed the mystery and secret to me. And I know these things. Yeah. Right? Dimensions of all things. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I done seen them. Yeah, who came behind the extent of heaven? You showed me. What is the elevation, and by what it's supported? You showed me. How? Well, I mean, How many things did not this show me? When you go get out the Bible. This you gotta go understand these things come from somewhere and it's been written down in a book somewhere. And so when you go look and listen to them, they're on YouTube, just go listen. Just take your time and listen to them. And then when you listen to them, Lord go open up and give you the mind, the knowledge and wisdom, understand that comprehend these things. I mean, that's what He's doing for me. As long as I stay in the bonds of the forever covenant and keep all His commandments and live a chaste life, man. All that masturbation and sleeping with this woman, fornication, all that, man. Don't do none of that. Don't let it even cross my mind. Don't. Oh no. And then He keep blessing me, and keep strong, getting stronger and stronger. After you've been living a certain way for a certain lifetime and you didn't build up so many years of stuff, you're not going back to that foolishness. Even though it be tempting and Satan come with that temptation, man, you don't care how handsome you look, what sweet words he's saying and what he's offering, or how beautiful she is and how her eyes and all that. You're not going back. You're not. How many are the numbers of the stars, and where are the luminaries remain at rest? How many are the numbers of the stars, and where all the luminaries remain at rest? That's in the book of Enoch. It's in this book. I read it to you. No, I didn't. I skipped over the luminaries, but I have read the luminaries. All right, so my time is up, so I guess I have to keep going. And now let me exhort to you, my children, to love righteousness and to walk in it, for the path of righteousness are the worthy of acceptation. But the path of iniquity shall suddenly fail and be diminished. I'm going to stop at that. That's chapter 93. That's be our next chapter we're going on. 93. Now, let me give you what the Lord God has given me, the prophecy that He has given me in the book of Jeremiah. And I know I've been over that with these things to you before. I know I have, but bear with me, because He have given me these this morning, and I didn't know the prophecies, man. These are prophecies, and they come to pass. And what the Lord God tell you, seek out what prophecies. Okay, so Jeremiah chapter 9, He gave me that this morning, and then see when you go on this paper right here, not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. And right there, it tells you about Jeremiah. It tells you right. Then you have Jeremiah chapter 10 up on there. See, you have Jeremiah chapter 10 up on this paper. So I have the paper on, I don't know if I have it on YouTube, but I know I have it on Facebook. I posted it on Facebook, so you go there, Behold Elijah, I'll put it in my name with the name before He changed my name. And it's Jeremiah chapter 10 and Jeremiah chapter 9. And then you have Jeremiah chapter 8. So read all that. All that is of the Lord God, man. It's not me. When the Lord God gave it to me in a dream, vision, or however I told me in audible voice, I just went seen it as in His word. All right. Well, anyway, so Jeremiah chapter 9. So let's see if we can get something out of that first. Jeremiah chapter 9. I hate to rush you with y'all with this thing, but oh, that my Jeremiah chapter 9. Oh, that my head were waters and my eyes a fountain of tears, that I might weep day and night for the slain of the daughter of my people. See, for the slain of the daughter of my people. So, you know, if it says slain, that means that her children have been slaughtered, her children have been slain. That's what it's telling you. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of a wayfaring man. Somebody know how large place they one night they there, then they gone. That I might leave my people and go from them, for they be all adulterers, similars of treacherous men. Now, that's what he's telling you. That's what we have been, man. They bend their tongues like, before I go to the next verse, it says, the majority of men out there, they have been married once. And then, not only that, they are they're working and doing all these things, all this treating our people bad, treating their own people bad for what? So they can go get their idols, their house, their cars, their certain type of cars, their certain type of monies, that certain type of tag they put on themselves. Let me finish. An assembly of treacherous men. So you know what that means. You know they group together. You know they have roll call and all that. When I was working, I ain't gonna tell you all that, but when I was working in the morning, we had to have that roll call. And they bend their tongues like they're bold for lies. See, And you know when they talk, man, when you hear somebody and they know they don't really speak that way, and they bend their tone to sound like they're educated or they're important or they're a proud person, well, that's what he's talking about. You know that still when I hear a woman or a man, let me tell you, when I hear a woman or man, and I know they're Israel and they're trying to make themselves sound other than Israel, I don't deal with those people. I get away from because I know there's a demon in them, and that demon gonna jump out and attack you. That's what he's gonna do. So when you when you call on the telephone, I used to do this. Call on the telephone, and the people that overcharge you, or the service not working right, and y'all think that they're doing what's right, and then they stole the money and stuff, and they send this woman there, and she's a gatekeeper, and she's a gatekeeper. And she not gonna never let you get to the manager or the supervisor. And that's what she there for. And then it come down to the point she lie and say, I'm the manager, I'm the supervisor, just like that. But even if you get to the supervisor, man, they didn't bend their tone to make it sound like they're so important and everything. And they're not gonna do nothing for you. But let Esau call them. Yeah, they call Esau called out. Esau would have bend their backs over for them. And now you know I'm telling the truth. Go ahead. And they bend their tongues like the bow for lies. They are not valiant for the truth upon the earth, for they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, say the Lord. Take heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slander. And this is the truth, man. It's right now and day. And they will deceive everyone as neighbor. It will not speak the truth. Excuse me. They have taught their tongue to speak lies. They are weary themselves to commit iniquity. So there's so much in that statement. But I'm just going to say that the tongues, they have taught their tongue to speak lies. And I was the same way. I used to regurgitate everything that I learned in Sunday school, Sabbath school, listen to the preachers and the teachers and all that. And that's what I do. All I do is regurgitate that. Yeah. And you've been taught, man, you've been taught some wicked stuff. You just don't even know that you've been taught some wicked stuff. Yeah. But you have been taught it. And so when you like all those pastors and preachers I'm talking about, like what's his name? Oh man, I'm trying to say I can see this man, Prince Joseph. I think that his name is Prince Joseph. Yeah, and the Lambs and oh man, the Woolmax and oh man, got so many of them. That's what they do. All regurgitate the same thing, and they weary themselves to commit iniquity. Thy habitation is in the midst of deceit. See, that's the Lord going to tell you where you living at right now. And Israel, we know that you're all over the world. We're all over the world. We're all over the world. We're in different nations, kindred, and tongue. Look at say, thy habitation is in the midst of deceit. Through deceit, they refuse to know me, say the Lord God. And I'm a Christian. That Christian is a deceit. You know, it's very deceitful. You're not a saint. You're not a righteous. You are a Christian. Adventist Christian, Pentecostal Christian, Jehovah's Witness Christian. Come on, man. Therefore, thus say the Lord of hosts. Well, it's the Muslim, the Islam the same way. Come on, man. It's no different. All of them the same. Therefore, thus say the Lord of hosts, behold, I will melt them and try them. For how shall I do for the daughters of my people? For the daughter of my people. Their tongue is as an arrow shoot out. It speaketh deceit. One speaketh peaceably to his neighbor with his mouth, but his heart laid for his weight. Shall I not visit them for these things, say the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? For the mountains will I take up weeping and wailing. See, for the mountains will I take up weeping and wailing. So you know what that means. And for the habitation of the wilderness, a lamentation. Because they are burned up, so that none can pass through them. Neither can men hear the voice of the cattle. Both the fowls of the heaven and the beasts are fled. They are gone. Oh, man. Whew. Man, what a terrible earthquake. What terrible shaking. Yeah. I will make Jerusalem heaps and a den of dragons. I'll make the city of Judah desolate without inhabitants. Okay. All right. No. Well, you know, Judah is desolate. I mean, over there where we're supposed to be at in our covenant land, it's desolate. We're not there. Who is the wise man that may understand this? And who is he? Who is he to whom the mouth of the Lord has spoken, that he may declare? For what the land perish and is burned up like the wilderness, that none passes through. I done seen it. Have man, I seen it well. Let me keep on. And the Lord said, because thou hast forsaken my law which I set before thee, and have not obeyed my voice, neither walked therein. See? No, you listen to the pastor, the preachers, the teachers, and now listen to our ancestors who kept the holy covenant, who kept the holy commandments. You're not listening to them. No. What it say? And the Lord said, because they have forsaken my law which I have set before them, and have not obeyed my voice, neither walk in it. And Lord God tell you, I didn't tell you go buy no oil. I didn't tell you go out there and give no tithes and offering to those people. This is why I told you to obey my voice. Yeah. But they have walked after all imagination of their heart, and after Balaam, after their fathers have taught them. And that's what those church house, synagogues, saying that's what they're doing. And if you don't believe me, go look at Jim Hagan and John Hagan. That's what they're doing. Then you should know it. Therefore, thus say the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will feed them, even this people, with wormwood, and give them water of God. Now I drank wormwood, and I drank the water of God with its tea and stuff like that. But that what that means. So the Lord God revealed that to me today. And I saw wormwood. Man, when I tell you this over and over, man, it's so gorgeous. Oh, that's a beautiful sight. Seeing wormwood coming down all so slow, and that lamp, oh, it looked just like a burning lamp, and it come down. But when it hit, whoo, from one end of the earth to the other, in all directions, yeah. When it hit, that gonna go out in all directions, yeah. And I'll scatter them among the heathen, who neither they nor their fathers have known. And I will send a sword after them till I have consumed them. So you know all that didn't happen. Thus says the Lord of hosts, consider ye and call for the mourning women that they may come, and send for the cunning women that they may come. And let them make haste and take up wailing for us, that our eyes may run down with tears and our eyelids gush out with water. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, but we're not doing that. Man, I see them on wall, they're throwing all types of different parties and doing all different things, but we know that the true elect and those of Israel and those who know they are Israel, they're not doing all that, man. They're getting themselves together. They're taking off this world and putting on what? Sackcloth and wilding in the ashes. Yeah, man, and mourning because they know what's coming. And then those watchmen up there blowing their horn. Oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. But they don't even know it's here already. It's just growing up, man. They're rumbling under your feet and they're shaking. Oh, yeah. For the voice of wailing is heard out of Zion. How are we spoiled? We are greatly confounded because we have forsaken the land, because our dwelling have cast us out. And that's what we have done. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yet hear the word of the Lord, O ye women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing, and everyone his neighbor lamentation. That's what you're supposed to be doing. And man, bring your children back. Let your children read these books. I told this young lady, let me see if I take this paper, 920. And I told this young lady because I did the same thing. I made that mistake also. Yeah, I let the television raise my children. I mean, I did some things, but I'm just telling the essence of it and the majority of it. I let the television raise my children. I let these other people raise my children. When I say television, I mean they got a virus going now. Eat eggs, don't eat eggs. Eat corn, yeah, eat corn oil. Get away from the Lord and all that. That man, that's television. That's television. That's television raised. That's what they did. Just like this coronavirus and all that's television raising you. That's television programming. And then let the teachers at the school, teach them instead of taking them on the side every evening, make sure I had a plan there and find out what they're doing and everything. But see, my grandchildren, oh no, when I see them in the summertime, I'm there with them, teaching them, telling them. I'm telling my daughters and them how sorry I am. Just like I told a young lady yesterday, I said, don't let them people, television and people raise your children yourself. You teach them, you learn. So when I was coming up, like I said, I used to go. My mom was a Sunday school teacher, and so yeah, so I learned how to read in the church house. Well, before that, man, I mean, really got into reading. But I learned how to read way before that. But in the church house, when you go to Sunday school, well, the little children, they won't be embarrassed and nothing, so they you push them more to read better. So it was one of those type of things. But anyway, 1920. Yet hear the word of the law, O ye women, let your ears receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters well, and everyone his neighbor lamentation. For that is come upon into our windows, and is entered in our palaces, to cut off the children from without, and the young men from the street. And I told you, I mean, I won't get deeper into it, but man, go buy you some contractors bags, and those bags you just can take and just slit one side, slit the other side with a utility knife, and you can easily put that up over the windows. Yeah, have all that ready, man. Have that ready. Yeah. Oh yeah. For that is come up into our windows, and we know the coronavirus and all that, and enter to our palaces, to cut off the children from without and young men from the street. And so it's just gonna be just like the time when the Lord God came and got us out of Egypt. It's gonna be just like that. Yeah. Speak, said the Lord, even to the carcass of men shall fall as dung upon the field, a handful after the harvestmen, and none shall gather them. And of course, I told you I seen the dung on the open field, and that third wall coming up. Yeah, wall, God and may God and all like that, all that's coming. So you know it's coming. It's even here upon us now. These things gonna happen so fast and so quick, man. You see. Thus said the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, and let not the rich man glory in his riches. But let them that glory in this, that he understand it and know it me. See, gotta get the knowledge. That's why you go through all these books and things, to get the knowledge of God. Yeah. Yeah, that he understand, get the understanding too of him, and to know him, that I am the Lord which exercise loving kindness, judgments, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, say the Lord. Now, let's stop it there for a minute. I mean, I'm gonna have to cut the video off anyway. Let's stop it right there for a few minutes, or maybe a minute or two. You say, would exercise love and kindness, judgment and righteousness in the earth. And for these things I delight, said the Lord. But say, oh, don't judge me. But God is a God of judgment. See? And then righteousness, you know, anything that the Lord does is right. Whether you don't think it's right, it is. He warned you according to your works, according to your deed. And in the earth, for these things I delight, said the Lord. So where is that he say he delight in you bringing in your tithes and offering to the church house? Where does it say that he delighted in your crying calls in your homes and planting these seeds of money? Where does it say that he delighted in that? Come on, man. All these are spirits that he delighted in. Behold, the day comes, said the Lord, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised. Now, yeah, no, the circumcised with the uncircumcised. So you know you got a war gonna go on with the 7 kings. Yes, the 7 kings, the Amorites. That's a war going on. And then that war with them also gonna be the west and the east gonna go to war. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's Iran and all them people. You're going to see, that's what he said. I will punish all of them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised. Come on, bro. Egypt and, well, here we go. Egypt and Judah and Edom and all the children, Ammon and Moab, all that are in the utmost corners that dwell in the wilderness, for all these nations are uncircumcised. And all those houses of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart. I say, I know, I see it before I did. I don't have to read it all to know. That's the way you have done. I'm gonna tell you about that another day, another time. But anyway, so I definitely have to cut this video short. I have Jeremiah 13, 16, 17, 23, and 25 to go over with you. But anyway, this is not about might, not about power. I guess I hold these till tomorrow and just Keep them going till I finish them off. Because there's prophecies in there. And these prophecies going to take place right now. Yeah, they're going to come to pass right now. Fast and quick. I have read them to you before, but I'm going over with you again because that's the Lord God showing me that these things are about to happen, take place. This is not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. And I'm Elijah. Until next time.